Okay, just wanted to go through a bunch of things today on dishwashers. If you ever see water coming from right here, dripping down, you can see like a calcium deposit or whatnot, or you see water drip from that side. Usually what it is a stuck float switch. Now these float switches on this particular model have a little Phillips screw back here that comes off. And it's usually soap scum builds up. Soap scum just builds up inside there, and it'll look a lot worse than it actually is, but it's actually just soap residue left behind. So let me show you here. I'm not sure if this one isn't leaking like I was, but oh yeah. So you can see all the soap residue inside there. Well, this little cup floats up as the water fills, and it engages this little switch here, releases that little switch, and that's how the water knows, well, that's how the dishwasher, is told to shut the water off. So anyway, you got to clean all this stuff out here, and that's how you fix that problem. So I'm going to clean this one all out since I'm turning the unit, and that way when someone moves in, they don't have a surprise the next time they use the dishwasher. Up here on the dishwasher, this is your air gap. Now, if you ever see water spit out of this air gap, it's an indication of the garbage disposal drain line being clogged from the dishwasher air gap. And that's under here. You can see this line going into the garbage disposal. This is our disposal drain line, and this gets built up with gunk and food gunk and stuff, so you gotta undo the clamp here and clear this line out, or replace the line, one of the two. And for stubborn ones, you can hook it up to like a hose bib and just flush it out, clean it out. There's another way to do it also, where you can take a brush and run it down inside here, remove this cap here. Now if your dishwasher wasn't draining, that'd be a good time to check inside this cap also. Often there's a, just set this down so I can get my other hand on it. But anyway, you squeeze these two clips in, and then they just pull the cap right out. I don't know if you saw that, but there is like a chicken bone down there. So sometimes if your disposal drain's not draining, it's time to check this here. And in order to get that chicken bone to float back up, what I'm going to try to do is dump some water down inside there and see if it'll float up to the top for me. Sometimes it'll float right up when the line's filled, if it's light enough. I've seen it with pieces of plastic and such, but oh, it's full now. But no, it's not going to float up there for me. But if it's like a plastic toothpick or something like that, sometimes you can get it to float up. So what I'll have to do is just run this in a drain line for just a second, and it's going to shoot water up and all, but you got to shoot that out of there. So let's see. Going here. Anyway, I'll come back to that later. I just wanted to show you guys a bunch of stuff with dishwashers. Sometimes the spring for this will get broken off. Often they come off, and you can separate the two halves of the door and reset the spring. It's a little tricky, but you just got to get a place to find to reset the spring latch to. Sometimes it takes a little bit of an adjustment to get it. Let's see. This one's working okay, and well, it's not very strong. So this one looks like possibly the spring has come off, because it should only open automatically when it gets to the right point to open. And yeah, this one's definitely broken, so that needs to be reworked to reset the spring. What else can I show you? Sometimes the impeller will get stuck on dishwashers. There's 4 screws that hold the bottom trim plate on, and each type of impeller is a little bit different. This particular model has like a fan connected to it, and you can just turn the fan blades to unstick the impeller. When we remove these 4 screws. Other kinds you have to use like a screwdriver like 2 screwdrivers and kind of wedge it against the motor impeller in order to unstick the impeller. You just kind of keep turning it until it gives. You'll feel it be like really tough for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it'll go really easy. This is probably going to be a little nasty in here. Anyway, sound insulation here, keeping the noise out, and the impeller. If you had turned the dishwasher on and you hear like a humming but it's not kicking on, that's usually your impeller stuck. You make sure you turn the power off and then reach right back here. I don't think you can really see it too well, but there's a fan blade. Let's see if I get my flashlight going here. Give you guys a looky-loo. Let's see. I have to put you inside there a little bit. Okay. And I don't know if you can see the fan blades there, if I'm going to turn them with my other hand. Okay. Anyway, sometimes if they were like really tough to turn at first, and then it'll just give and then it spins freely. It should spin nice and freely, and that's how you can unstick those if it was stuck. Other kinds, you'll see the impeller shaft right here, and you'll be able to turn it. But anyway, that's a little bit about dishwashers there. Some of the most common things you'll come across maintenance-wise.